Tang Tianyang brought alcohol onto the spaceship and even dared to drink and drive in space. Even more bizarrely, they witnessed the appearance of an angel in space. This is a film based on true events. However, when the first angel sighting occurred, people on Earth did not believe it at all, and the pilot was even banned from flying because of it. However, not long after, the Soviet space station suddenly lost contact, all systems stopped working, and it was set to crash within 3 months. As soon as this news broke, the whole world was in an uproar. Western countries took the opportunity to exaggerate and portray the Soviet Union as incapable of controlling its own space station. This 20-ton giant, if it were to crash into a city, would cause massive casualties. The Ministry of Defense held an emergency meeting and decided to use a missile to destroy it. However, the space agency stated that the explosion's debris would hit other satellites, causing the Soviet Union to lose a decade of dominance in space. They had another option, sending astronauts to inspect and repair it, but at that moment, the space station was spinning rapidly, meaning the spacecraft pilot would have to dock manually. The space agency gathered all pilots for simulation training, but after multiple attempts, all ended in failure. As the launch date approached, the director had no choice but to seek out Lao Luo, the former pilot who had been banned from flying. Lao Luo, deeply passionate about space exploration, accepted the mission without hesitation. Accompanying him was his friend Vic, an outstanding aerospace engineer. As the rocket successfully launched, the spacecraft headed toward space. After the booster separation, they smoothly entered the planned orbit. Due to fuel limitations, the spacecraft only had 3 docking attempts. Lao Luo began maneuvering the ship toward the space station. While the visual footage appeared nearly still, in reality, their relative speed was immense. Lao Luo adjusted the angle and initiated docking, with everyone holding their breath. The first attempt failed, and the impact nearly caused a collision between the spacecraft and the space station. Surprisingly, they were told to rest and wait for instructions from the ground. After precise calculations, experts suggested increasing the flight speed, which theoretically would allow docking. However, if they failed, the spacecraft would be destroyed. Just as the director was hesitating, Lao Luo had already started adjusting the angle again. His next move terrified Vic. Without receiving any command, Lao Luo accelerated toward the docking port. It had to be said, the spirit of the Soviet people was truly fearless. On the ground, the director was about to call off the mission when he suddenly received news of a successful docking. Unable to believe it, he swore in shock. The entire command center erupted in cheers. They had miraculously completed the docking, but the time for celebration had not yet arrived. The 2 astronauts opened the hatch and entered the space station, only to find it covered in ice and eerily cold.